All right, I want to bring in former FBI profiler Mary Ellen O'Toole. Mary Ellen, thank you for being with us. You worked with the Elizabeth Smart and Natalie Holloway disappearances, among countless other big cases. You spent your career studying the criminal mind. When you look at that video, what stands out to you?
A couple of things stand out, and one thing in particular is this. If you watch how the person moves around the porch, I'll call it the porch area. If you watch how comfortable he seems to be, he doesn't race around. He's not jerky in his motions. He just sort of moves around slowly and seems to be comfortable as he bends over and pulls up the flowers, sort of looks around. Um, he's not, it doesn't seem concerned that he's just about ready to go into a house that where he's going to commit a kidnapping. And I think that that's really important behavior for us to underscore. That comfort level can come from his personality, but it's also possible that that comfort comes from the fact that he knows the neighborhood, he knows the dynamics. Late at night, there's nobody around, and if there is, they can't see him. And comfort can also come in other cases that I've worked where the individual got into the house ahead of time and scoped it out at least minimally to understand what the dynamics were inside the home.
In your professional opinion, looking at this video, does it look like this individual had scoped out the home before?
Well, it's the comfort level on the outside that seems to be really impressive to me. But I have seen in other cases involving kidnapping, even though it's not kidnapping for ransom, it's kidnapping as part of another major crime, that offenders go into the house of a low-risk victim in a low-risk environment before the night or the day of the kidnapping so that they know what the layout of the house is, they know where things are, they know if there are weapons in the house. So that seems to be consistent across the board with a number of kidnapping cases I've worked over the years.
Savannah Guthrie posted another video on her Instagram yesterday, and it was interesting. It was just her looking into the camera. You could see she put on a little bit of makeup as well. And this time she was pleading to the public for help, not her mother's kidnappers. What do you make of this strategy behind these social media videos and specifically the timing?
It was very well done, and I'll tell you why. She is appealing not to the general public, she is appealing to one person. She is appealing to that one individual that has information about this offender that may be too frightened, maybe too intimidated to come forward, but knows or strongly suspects that their family member, their neighbor, their coworker is responsible. All it takes is one person to come forward and to say, here's why I suspect this is the person responsible. But that is a huge move forward for a lot of people. But it works. It can be very effective. On the Unabomber case, for example, he lived in the middle of nowhere in Lincoln, Montana, had no neighbors. But when his manifesto was published in the New York Times, his brother read it, and his brother came forward and said, I recognize the writing. So Savannah was appealing to one person to come forward. And now with the video, I think that's going to be even more helpful.
All it takes is one person to see it, recognize it, and then they'll be like, oh, well, I don't know for sure, but it's possible that this is so and so. And I am thinking about the confidence when he was going out and just scoping it out. Just because they haven't caught him yet, it's definitely it seems like he scoped out the place. He knows the lay of the lands. He knows where to go. He knew exactly when to take her. It's a tragic situation. Let's keep going.
I want to go over real quickly that video, if we can put it up again, just how distinctive certain things were, the choices that this individual made, from the backpack that they are wearing, from those gloves that look very cumbersome to use, to the positioning of the gun there in this holster that doesn't look like the appropriate holster for that specific gun, the reflective backpack. I mean, there were real things that stood out that it looks like this wasn't necessarily a professional. What was your opinion on that?
My sense is that everything that that individual is wearing probably was hand selected by him for a purpose, even though you're right, the backpack seems shiny, as do the gloves. But each item was probably selected for a purpose. I also think that there's a possibility that what he did, this is really a special outfit. It didn't look like it's just put together with odds and ends, that it came together. There could have been there could have been a dress rehearsal before the kidnapping.
We are now in week 2 of this investigation. There have been ransom notes, deadlines for Bitcoin payments. You've worked on many high-profile abduction cases. How extraordinary is this particular case?
It really is extraordinary for a number of reasons. Kidnappings for ransom are not common at all. It's a very particular crime, and it has certain features to it on the part of the offender's personality, and they usually do end up, excuse me, in an arrest. But when you add on to this crime, what we're seeing right now with the videotapes, it certainly does look like this case is going to be resolved. And what people don't realize, because we all watch all the TV shows, these offenders in these very high profile complex crimes can't help but make mistakes. They just can't help but make mistakes. And this video is a mistake. But what other mistakes did this offender make? And my sense is he has made them before the crime. People know who he is, and he made them after the crime because he can't anticipate 1 week of post-kidnapping behavior on the part of the victim. So that's what Savannah is appealing to, is people that have seen those mistakes to come forward.
Now, I wonder why she considered the video itself a mistake. It sounds like it looks like he knew the camera was there. I don't see what she saw, but hey, let's keep going.
Mary Ellen O'Toole, thank you so much. Great to be with you.
Thank you.
Well, the FBI is urging the public to reach out with any information that could help bring Nancy Guthrie home. You can call the FBI tip line at 1-800-CALL-FBI.
Now,
We're digging into
we're going to get over into this next, no, not next. We're going to go over into the AI breakdown so we can just get a little bit more information on this whole crazy situation. So let's get over into it so we can see if just any more information we can figure out. Let's go over into it. As we see, so the search for the 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie has entered its 10th day as of February 10th. So the FBI released surveillance photos and video of an armed masked subject captured by Nancy's doorbell camera approximately 1:47 a.m. on February 1st. The footage shows the individual wearing a ski mask, gloves, and backpack, tampering with the camera and attempting to obscure it with nearby foliage before the eventual disconnection. So, although Nancy did not have an active subscription for Nest, investigators successfully recovered the previous inaccessible images from the residual backup data. See, that's great. That's great. So investigators confirmed that the blood found at Nancy's front door matches her DNA. At least 2 ransom notes have been sent to media outlets, one reportedly demanding $6 million in Bitcoin. Family expressed a willingness to pay, but requested proof of life, which has not yet been provided. A final deadline of 5 p.m. Monday, February 9th passed without further communication between the family and alleged kidnappers. Nancy has limited mobility and requires daily medication for her pacemaker, high blood pressure, and heart issues. Her family has warned that she could die without the medicine. So they still haven't given proof of life? That's wild. Now, I hate to say it, is she alive? Is she still alive? Hopefully is. We are going to pray that she's hopefully alive, but let me know your thoughts, y'all. Let me know if you think this is a crazy situation.